Sfrecciati, benvenuti in questo primo episodio di Hypersonic con un nuovo ospite, un primo ospite. Abbiamo qui Jacob Slater dei Wunderhorse. Hi Jacob.
Yeah, how's it going?
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, all right.
Beh, loro hanno fatto questo secondo album, Midas, che ora mettiamo qua, che è uno secondo me dei migliori album dell'anno fino ad ora, quindi ne vogliamo parlare. So let's talk about Midas, your last album, which to me is one of the best albums of the year so far. And I was wondering, can we describe it like a punk album? I mean, because of its honesty in the lyrics and in the music.
Yeah, I guess the approach we had when we were recording it was much more raw and probably more authentic and more of an accurate representation of how we feel as a band and how we play live than the first album was. So yeah, that was definitely the intention behind it.
Gli ho chiesto se possiamo considerarlo come un album punk, almeno non tanto per il suono ma quanto per l'onestà che c'è dietro. Lui dice sì, in effetti noi volevamo proprio ottenere questa cosa, questa resa rough, questa resa rozza un po' del suono, un po' una resa dal vivo, che quindi venisse trasportata sull'album e consentisse appunto di avere questo tipo di suono. And talking about the Midas thing, I mean, and the honesty thing, there is to me a bit like not an anti-corporate, but the character of the Midas, of the corporate man, it is something to do with to play a more honest, a more authentic music instead of maybe plastic ones that there is around right now.
Yeah, I guess we didn't want to make the obvious second record where we sort of lean more into the more commercial way of doing things. We didn't want to do that. I mean, in terms of the figure of Midas in the song, I don't know, it's just a character I was playing with, but I think, we've probably all met some of those along the way, Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're around.
Allora, diciamo Midas, il personaggio poi della title track è un po' questo tizio corporate, quindi questo personaggio molto potente. Io ho chiesto se questo potesse aver senso anche col discorso appunto dell'onestà, e lui dice sicuramente non volevamo fare il secondo album quello classico magari un po' più commerciale, quindi da questo punto di vista si in qualche modo si oppone al suono plastico che c'è spesso in giro. Poi alla fine quello di Midas è solo un personaggio, però diciamo che mi potrebbe essere capitato di incontrarne qualcuno lungo la strada. And talking about the industry, you had a bit of cinema thing. I mean, you said I'm not an actor, but
I'm not an actor.
You're not an actor, but you played in Pistol, the series about Sex Pistols, doing Paul Cook, the drummer of the punk band. And do you find any differences in the movie industry and the music industry?
Yeah, they pay you in the movie industry. But it is different. I think with music, you have the sort of final cut, if you want to call it that. You have the creative control over what you're doing. Well, if you're in a decent, deal, then you do. Whereas it was kind of strange with the movie stuff. You hand that responsibility off to someone else. When the director says something's finished, he can see it from an angle that you can't see it from because you're in it. And that was quite strange, thinking you could have done something better and actually that's not your call. Whereas in music, it is. But they are different worlds, definitely. But
Io ho chiesto del ruolo da attore. Lui non si definisce un attore, ma ha recitato nel ruolo del batterista dei Sex Pistols in Pistol, la serie appunto con la leggendaria punk band inglese. La differenza tra il mondo della musica e quello del cinema, dice, per primo nel mondo del cinema si paga, cioè vieni pagato, quindi già mi sembra un ottimo punto. Poi la cosa molto particolare da un punto di vista artistico è che logicamente nel mondo della musica tu hai l'ultima decisione, l'ultima parola su quello che avviene, mentre lì ti devi un po' affidare. Quando hai finito di girare, poi il regista ha una sua visione della cosa che magari è completamente diversa dalla tua, che ci sei dentro, quindi ti affidi il lavoro finale a qualcun altro. And talking about the differences between your first and your second album, I mean, Cabo was mostly like a solo effort, and whereas this one is more a band thing. How does it change for you? I mean, in terms of maybe even responsibilities, is better to like trust the pack?
Yeah, I think it's good to have all the other guys' creative input on this, because it's Midas is something that, you know, I probably could have done some of the songs on my own, but they wouldn't have sounded the way they do without the other guys in, you know, having the creative input. It probably wouldn't have been as good if I'd have done it on my own, you know. You know, they bring things to the table that I probably wouldn't think of, which is kind of makes, you know, if a band is good, it's, you know, like sort of old cliche of being sort of greater than the sum of its parts. So yeah, I mean, the first record was it was just a collection of songs that I had lying around. I didn't have like a sort of focused vision for what I wanted the record to be. I just had some songs lying around. Whereas Midas, there was a lot more of an intention behind it, and a shared vision. We were all kind of going towards the same spot. So yeah.
Parlavamo delle differenze tra il primo e il secondo album. Il primo era di base un lavoro, diciamo, solista, il secondo proprio di band, e le differenze, dice, è che a questo punto con questo disco siamo potuti confrontare, magari è un po' un cliché, però il fatto di aver avuto più teste che hanno portato diverse cose al tavolo del disco in qualche modo ha reso il lavoro in un modo completamente diverso, quindi l'opportunità di avere logicamente maggiori visioni che si sono, insomma, scambiate tra di loro ha fatto questo disco qualcosa di completamente diverso, e lui è felice che sia venuto fuori così. And talking about live music, I mean, you're on tour with Fountains DC, but you announced like your biggest headline dates in UK for the next year, next May, I think. You played festivals last summer, Reading and Leeds. So I mean, you come from small clubs, but how it is to bring your energy in like these wide spaces.
Yeah, it feels right. You know, I think it's what we've always been aiming for. We've never made no bones about it in terms of our live act. We've always been quite ambitious. You know, we want to take it to as many people as possible. So yeah, it felt fitting to finally step out on those stages and stuff. Yeah, felt good. Let's see where it takes us, you know.
Stavo chiedendo delle venue, nel senso che lui comunque è partito con nei piccoli club. Ora a maggio partirà il loro tour headliner nel Regno Unito più grande. La scorsa estate hanno fatto i festival, hanno fatto Reading Leeds. Dice non c'è differenza, ci piace suonare nei club piccoli così come nelle venue più grandi. Del resto noi siamo ambiziosi ed era proprio quello a cui puntavamo, portare la nostra musica a più persone possibili. I was reading that like in the last years you relocated like South London in a more quiet area. How does that to write? I mean, how did those help to write
I actually
music?
I moved down to Cornwall. I did live in South London, and then
Right.
I moved to Cornwall like a few years ago. Just kind of quieter. I think every creative person works differently. Some people react really well to being sort of hyper stimulated. People work really well in sort of urban environments, cities and stuff. I'm kind of the other way. I like it to be as quiet and as isolated as possible, and then that's when my brain starts to tick. So yeah, it really works for me. It's just a much slower pace of life, and people seem to care about different things down there than what they care about in London, which is more in line with how I feel, you know.
Okay.
So it works for me. You know.
Okay. Ho chiesto del fatto che lui sia spostato da Londra a un posto insomma più tranquillo in cui vivere, se questo in qualche modo ha impattato sul suo modo di scrivere. Ha detto sì, più che altro insomma posso vivere le cose in maniera un po' più lenta, posso scrivere in maniera più tranquilla, diciamo che per me funziona meglio così. Poi ci sono quelli che hanno bisogno di essere sovrastimolati, ma per il mio modo di vivere per me funziona così. So just to end the interview, since you're saying you need to be quiet to write your music, we can expect any more music soon while you're on tour, I suppose. We have to wait a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we're always putting things together and sort of trying things out. Yeah, we'll be making new music and putting it out as soon as possible. Sometimes, you know, it's just kind of, you got to get to the end of one album cycle before you can put something else out. So you're always playing catch up with yourself. But as soon as possible. Yeah.
Ok. Niente, gli ho chiesto se ci sono progetti futuri, visto che appunto ho bisogno di calma. Dice no, in realtà anche se sono in tour io sono sempre lì che butto giù idee, scriveremo cose nuove, faremo cose nuove e poi le butteremo fuori il prima possibile. Ovviamente dobbiamo finire prima questo ciclo. So thank you, Jacob, and now we're gonna listen to an acoustic track, an acoustic song, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna play?
I think I'm going to play Arizona, but if
Okay.
it doesn't work, then I'll play something else.
No, okay, it will work. It will work.
It will work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. All right, let's try.
There's a space that's always empty. There's a ghost without a name. There's the whisper of the candle at the snuffing of the flame. And they say it's really nothing, just a disappearing pain. Ah, where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to, my love? And when it rains in Arizona and the desert flowers bloom, there's a wind that blows to Boston and it sings the saddest kitchen where your mama, she's a beauty, and your daddy's eyes are blue. Where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to, my love? Ought to tear you from this life, and I'm sorry if you suffered when they turned out all the lights, but you're woven in the verses of this broken lullaby. Where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to, my love? Where do you go to? Where do you go to, my love? Everything owed you, my love. Heaven will hold